Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome along to the Iron and Ceremony podcast, weekly podcast on a Sunday. Still going tonight. It is myself, Shane, and
Glenn, Lou.
there we go. No John tonight. It's just the two of us. So we'll try and go through our usual sort of hobby catch up. What's been going on with GW, or anything else that we've seen in the hobby that might be of interest. And then maybe some of the games we're prepping for as they come up. Obviously, myself and John off the last week would have heard about our tournament results. We now don't have one until September, which is the London Grand Tournament. So that'll be a big one with lots of updates, I'm sure, around that. But we can talk about maybe what we're planning and put together, what I'm working on, and then what we'll do in the meantime. So that's what I think we'll go over. But before as we get into that, we'll start with the hobby roundup. Glenn, you were supposed to be having your first 11th edition battle with John last week.
Yes, I was, but unfortunately, the heat throughout the day just got the better of me, and I was like, I'm not in any fit state to be gaming tonight. So yeah, I just left work and went, nah, I'm going home. I was home in bed by like 7.
That's
So
it,
yeah,
it, it it's fair enough, and I'm not going to lie. If you were doing it at John's in the shed, as good as the shed is, it does also retain the heat. So you,
I would imagine I've gamed in a few different people's gaming sheds and garages and stuff, and because they're not insulated, it means they're not insulated against keeping the heat out either. So yeah, it
yeah,
gets very hot in places like that.
yes, indeed. So
Yeah,
maybe wouldn't have been the best one, but you would have been taking your Grey Knights.
yes. List was built, models were built. List was even shared
Yes,
to
yeah. In fact,
everybody online. So I did have the prep. I had the idea of what I wanted to do. How viable said ideas may have been once I started playing, but
well,
yeah, I was going to give it a go.
you never know, right? That's the start of it. Yes, I do remember now. I've seen the list. So looking back at it now. Obviously, none of us are a none of us play Grey Knights apart from yourself. And the last time you actually played Grey Knights in anger would have been ninth edition.
Don't know if I've ever actually used them.
Right. Okay. Fine. 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 Okay. So
To be honest, I think the last time I played Grey Knights would have been it would have been a 5-man squad a 6-man squad that I would have built
yeah.
for when it used to be, what was like the little tiny, not 40K in 40 minutes, sort of after that, when you could take individual models.
Yeah.
That's the last time I played
Yeah.
Grey
That
Knights.
was that was that was a mode for I want to say it was eighth edition because
Like
the
free kill team type
yeah
stuff.
it wasn't a kill kit. It was because you could play. I bought a kit that was one of the ones that got me back in after I'd been out for ages, and I bought an Ultramarines versus Death Guard box.
Right.
And that was it. You could play that smaller squad, and it had a little mode and how to do it, and it had
Yeah,
like
you
it
could
was all
basically,
encompassed in the one box.
yeah, there was like nothing over 3 units, nothing over a certain toughness, no
Yeah.
vehicles, and you could pick like individual models out of units
Yes. Yeah.
to,
That
yeah,
was it. Yeah.
uh, it, that's
Quite
quite a while
fun.
ago.
Yes. That would have been indeed. Right. Okay. So we established it's been a while. Um. Now your list. You said you've mixed your one DP detachments for some variety. I don't even know what they are in the Grey Knights. What are the one DPs?
Um, there's one for paladins, one
Yeah.
for the the ranged ones. Can't remember the name of them. And then
Yeah.
the one that I actually did take was the ones pretty much was the interceptor ones.
Fine. 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 Fine.
I
Fine.
want the
Oh yeah, I can see some of them now. So you had the Argent Assault. which is priority assets. I don't know what it does. I've just got it in the app. Fires of purgation and immaterial interdiction. They're all the one DP ones. They all
Yes.
sound very things. So one of them's priority. One of them was uh disruption, and one of them is immaterial interdiction, which is reconnaissance. So all very uppy downy, action based, move around, do stuff, ghost in and out.
But I also took then the two DP one for the Banishers one, which I believe
Right,
was um, which is leadership test in combat, and you can either take lethal hits or sustained hits.
fine. And you were gonna run reconnaissance, I believe.
I believe that's what I had gone with, which was
Yeah,
the
that's the
that
one where you
comes
gotta
from the interceptor one.
yeah, and that's
Yeah,
the kind of look at a unit. You've got to spy on a unit. You get points for spying on a unit type thing. And against John with his because he always well he would have normally he plays disruption, but I think he was going to play priority assets for a bit of a change. But
yeah. The because he did send over the mission, and it was very similar what we had to do.
yeah,
Um, so
they're quite balanced in how they try and do it. In that you're both really trying to do the same thing. It's just a
yeah,
slightly
we
different way
we
of
really
doing it.
were.
And you get effectively different ways of scoring the same thing. And even like when you play like the take and hold or the purge the foe or anything like that, they do a very good job of trying to get you to effectively fight over the middle, um,
Yeah,
so that you're not because it could have been very easy for them to come up with stuff and like, oh, you're going to be doing different primaries, and those different primaries are entirely different objectives. But they've kind of they have done they have kind of worked it in a way that is quite good, where you do end up fighting over the same objectives. So it is good from that point of view. Unless of course you're an army that doesn't want to be doing that, because then you do lose a lot of stuff. But that is the nature of it, right? At least you get into it. Fine. So that's what you came up with. That was the list. Going for that, which makes sense because I think a lot of Grey Knight players with the last update had to switch to take and hold for
mm.
one of the popular builds, and they're like, can a Grey Knights army do take and hold? Don't know. Like I'm assuming maybe, but it's not the preferred manner of playing, if that makes sense. Because obviously,
Like I thought, I'll lean into the mobility, the uppy downy, the because so I was taking multiple units of interceptors,
yeah,
um, multiple strike squads, so I think they're sticky objective, maybe not. I'm
yeah,
not quite sure. Um, a brick of Terminators with a librarian with like all singing all that. So banner, apothecary, so higher
yeah,
OC for everybody, and apothecary to start bringing people back. So they were going to be like a solid lump, and
yeah,
then a couple of dread knights and a unit of a purgation squad that was going to potentially uppy downy bounce around the board with
yeah.
four of the side flamers just burning stuff because
Fine.
I'd used the originally I had planned two units of them. One was going to be side cannons, one was going to be side flamers, but I've decided to drop the side cannons into the squads themselves so
Right.
they can move around and do a little bit more. And then finally finished it up with just a standard land raider, just as a big solid lump of something that had a couple of las cannons and a multi melted to potentially ping out a bit of armor.
Give it. Yeah. And what? So for mine, a strike squad,
Yep.
because I know that's like your battle line units. They're just Marines, right? Effectively,
Yeah. Essentially, Marines with a strength six power sword, and a star bolter.
all
And a
got
two
all
two up.
psychic though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all psychic. So yeah, they are, but they're basic squad's 115 points, which isn't a lot,
That's
but
fine.
that's a five-man squad.
And then what's the difference between like your strike squad and your interceptor?
Interceptors are basically the same, but with jump packs.
Gotcha. Right. So they're the Grey Knight
Interceptors are the
jump
jump
packs.
pack ones.
Fine.
Yeah,
Okay. So they give you a bit more bouncing around,
yeah,
high movement, um,
yeah.
and
Your
yeah.
interceptors are your assault squads. Your purgations, your devastator squad, and your purifiers are they're basically just a strike squad with a slightly different ability. I think
Right.
it's mortal wounds, possibly on the ability
Gotcha. Gotcha. And
for purifying.
your purgation are the ones that take the flamers as opposed to the purifiers, or can they both take flamers?
Purgation, everybody can take flamers, but
Right.
just the purgation you can just take four in a five-man squad.
Gotcha. So you can get more of
Mm.
the. So they'll be your flame, nasty flame unit, like if you
Yeah,
wanted them to be. Yeah.
yeah.
Fine. And then the dread knights. So you've gone for the two standard dread knights as opposed to the
I don't
dread
own
knight.
a Grey Knight, a Grandmaster one.
Okay. Fine.
I mean,
Um,
I could use one as a Grandmaster, but I thought just see what
keep it.
a couple of the standard ones do before I wanted to commit
I
in
think
case
that's.
some of the fancier weapons on the Grandmaster one.
I mean, my understanding is they're still pretty nasty.
They seem to be in most lists,
Yes.
to be fair.
Yeah, and that Land Raider, that's a fan favorite across whichever army, Space Marine army you've got.
To be honest, I didn't actually realize it was as popular in a Marine army as like I
Temp,
just thought they're it's just something I have that I can dig out of the Space Marine boxes
yeah.
that can go in a grey army. Right, that'll do.
I think in 10th edition they've become much more popular again, and I don't know if it's because they where they pushed Terminators for 10th, the start of the edition, they had the new sculpts and stuff like that. I don't know whether they were like, yeah, let's update the Land Raider as well so that you can actually get a full squad of Terminators in the Land Raider. And then suddenly it was like, oh, because they'd updated it to be like the uh the travel capacity or the capacity of people you can put in it went up to I think it's 12 Marines now, 12 standard Marines. So you could take a blob of 10 with a leader and a support, and you're like, fantastic, that can go.
Or
And
a five-man squad in Terminator armor with a
with a
character.
leader. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly that. And then suddenly you're like, oh, okay, this is now really good. And because it's got high toughness, loads of wounds,
Mm.
a two up save, and the two up save is very important because even if you've got things with AP3 or AP4, you're still getting a save. And then the Godhammer las cannons are always good.
Yeah.
So it also gives you some anti-tank, which if you don't have access to it anywhere easily, that is a nice chunk of anti-tank as well.
Yeah. I mean, for anti-tank, it's that or run up and hit it with the Dread Knights. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
and what it gives
the
you the
side
extra
cannons
bit of
do a little
range.
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose the good thing because well, I don't know, I guess I'm assuming the psi cannons will come with they would have the psychic keyword given that they're psychic weapons.
Pretty much anything that's not a Stormbolter.
But exactly. And in this edition, that's really, really good because then you ignore all of the modifiers.
Yeah.
Um, and the benefit of cover being like affecting your ballistic skill is much more of a it's a pain in the ass to hit. But if you get rid of that with psychic,
Yeah.
because then the person you're shooting doesn't actually get the benefit of cover in terms of they get -1 AP or anything like that, it makes it much more
Mm.
impactful when you do hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's very good from a Grey Knight point of view. So I could see them being I could understand why they would be popular if you can get it to work the way
Mm.
I think it's intended.
Yeah.
But we will see. Um, Fine, but we haven't had that. Have you rescheduled? Do you know when have you?
No, not yet. 'Cause I'll go on call this week, and I think John's got some shifts going on. So yeah,
Yeah.
just I know I'm out for at least the next week or so.
So it nearly happened, but it could happen again.
Yep. It
Very good.
it will happen. It's getting closer.
It
It
is.
just it will happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, we'll stay tuned for the moment it does. Um,
Well,
and look
considering
forward to
I
hearing how it goes.
nearly did some hobby, what have you accomplished since we last spoke?
So what have I done? So off the back of the tournament, I was like, right, let's finish the jump pack intercessors. So I have actually finished them. So they are now complete and painted, based, details, the whole shebang, transfers, everything, fully complete, battle ready,
Nice.
off we go. So that's another one ticked, done. So the only unit that I've got that is so at the moment, I obviously in the Space Wolves list, I run um, assault intercessors as blood claws. Um, because I've got the old blood claw models, but they're obviously firstborn size Marines, so they're very dinky when you take them on the battle top now. Um, and I've got the new blood claws, but I haven't.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh,
Hello.
what from out of the warp, out of nowhere, John joins us. John,
Hello. Hello.
welcome,
Carry on.
welcome.
I was listening. Carry on.
Okay, we'll come back. We were just talking about hobbying, but we're on to mine. So yes, so I've finished the jump pack intercessors. I'm running at the moment. I run assault intercessors as blood claws. I've got the blood claws from the Space Wolves army box. So I've been building them today. So I've currently got 9 Marines that are nearly built. I've got to put their heads on and then a load of trinkets, and then they'll be built. I can spray them. I've
Yep.
given myself all of August, hopefully, to get them painted. So that then I can take out the assault intercessors and put in the actual blood claw models, so that I'm legal from that point of view. And then if I've got time, because the London GT is right at the end of the month, I may then try and paint up a couple more of the new Wolfguard Terminators to add into the older Wolfguard Terminators I've got right now.
Okay.
So yeah, today has all been about building blood claws. It is a really good kit, so I am quite pleased with how it's looking. Um, but I've now got to, yeah, finish them off and then go in. Building them is the fun part. It's painting them that's going to take the time.
Yeah.
That's the one that always takes. But John, you'll be pleased to hear I did get the jump pack intercessors finished.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they are all done, fully good to go. So that is finally there. But as you've joined us, John, what about you? What hobbying have you done over the last week, if any?
Well, as you've already covered, I got stood up on Tuesday, but that's
Yes.
fine. We'll sort that out. I went to the club on Wednesday, and I
Ah,
used that list that I was going to play with you, Glenn,
Yep.
against an Emperor's Children list. Yeah, I'm not using that list again. It was all
right.
right.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
em- Emperor's Children, because there's a guy I play quite often now, and he was like, "Oh, it's my first game of 11th." So I was like, "Well, I'm not going to take the tournament list because that feels a bit spiteful.
Yeah.
Uh, I should have taken the tournament list
Yeah.
because it was fine. Like, it was a good game, but Emperor's Children are disgusting. So I took the mixed list. So infiltrated a 10 blob man of Plague Marines onto my natural expansion objective, and we were playing long ways, taken I forget what it's called, the long ways one.
Yeah.
Turn one into my 10-man squad of Marines and killed 10 Marines. So that was wasted.
So what I was going to say, so has he played Emperor's Children before?
Hmm.
So he's
It's his
fairly
arm.
familiar with them, and so he's
So yeah,
okay, fine. So even if it is just his first game of 11th, he knows the army, and
he knows what he's doing. It was, yeah. Other than like the small adjustments and getting your head around the missions, it was fine. He played it. He played it
um,
as you play Emperor's Children, and yeah, I
how's
mean,
his list?
it just get more lethal.
Is his list pretty good? Sounds like it's probably good.
Yes, I don't have it on here, so I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was the A lot of noise marines,
Yeah,
Lucius, and some nasty gets with him.
they're the ones that can do the what's there's the ability they can do where they pledge
Yeah,
a
so
certain number of things, then they get really killy.
yeah, so like turn one, he said, "I'm just going to kill one thing," which he did, some poxwalkers, and then from there he's re-rolling hits of one,
Yeah,
and that's just across the board. And then he's getting re-roll everything, and then he's getting lethals, and he's getting sustained. So it racks up really quick, especially when you've got some chaff units that he's getting into.
yeah,
And I think he tabled me. I think he tabled me.
yeah. That's
It
unusual for
was
the
pretty
Death
nasty.
Guard.
Yeah, well, I did probably again, like it was that list I was going to take against Glenn with a bit of everything in it.
Yeah,
So here's the bit of everything. So Glenn would see, I don't know what everything does, like infiltrate, scout, all that stuff. It was fine. It's not a bad list. It was just not peak Death Guard for someone who knows what they're doing.
yeah.
But it was fine. It was good. Won't be. All I know is I won't be doing that again. But other than that, I've bought a load of paint ready for the orcs. So
Yep,
I'm away for a couple of days, and then next week I should fall back into regular hobby routine. So
very good.
don't tell anyone. 116 quid's worth of paint on its way.
Okay, just a few paints then.
Yeah. I couldn't decide, and what I want to do is because there's no rush with the orcs,
Yeah,
so I want to do the Great War and have a bit of everything, like all the clans
okay.
presented, because it's like the Goths and the Snake Bites and this Bad Moons and stuff. So
Yeah,
like
so you want
a little bit of that.
you want all of the colours for all of them. So you need red, you need yellow, you need your black and white checkerboard for the
Yeah,
Goths.
yeah. And
You
I
gonna
was watching
are you gonna paint any checkers?
I'll give it a go. Like
Okay.
there's no rush with this army, so it's going to be is what it is. We'll see what we can do. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, like a lot of different orc styles and how to
Hmm.
paint this and easy ways to do that. So I'm
So
not
there's
just gonna. My aim is to paint the orcs and not just blob paint on them like I do with my Death Guard. I'm
you
gonna
you're gonna
learn how to
experiment
paint
with,
properly.
or you're not gonna experiment with things like what is it, slap chop?
Maybe we'll see. I've got like schemes in mind.
Yeah.
I'll just see how things go. Because I want to try and find a decent orc skin first. That I've seen a few that I'll try. Uh,
Okay.
so yeah, this is the edition. Like your Year of the Wolf, this is year of learning to paint properly.
Okay. Fair. And orcs are the yeah, they are the manner you're going to do that. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So
Fair
we'll
enough.
see. Other than that, you've seen Tom's chat, haven't you?
He's back.
He's back.
He's back. Yeah.
We've got a game booked.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
When's that?
Like the 23rd or Sunday towards the end of the month.
Nice.
He's
Oh,
going to
okay.
put 2K together, come round to the shed, and I'm going to make him regret picking it back up.
Do you know what he's playing? Is he going with his oh
His Sons of Orion Ultramarines, basically.
yes, yeah, the Ultramarine list. Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Oh,
Yeah.
that would be good to see. The Ultramarines, by all accounts, are playing very well at the minute. Depending on what you've got, but it is all based on the um Marnius and Sterngard build,
Yeah.
apparently.
Which he's just
So
happened to have
he's
purchased
he's
by
bought a load of it, hasn't
coincidence. Yeah.
he?
Because I bumped into it at work, so we just had a little, well, quite a long conversation about it. And I was like, oh, you should, like, maybe pick something up, paint it. And I spent 200 quid already.
Straight away. There we go.
It's not even been a week.
Back in the swing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that'll be exciting. It'd be good to hear how he's got on.
Mm.
Very nice. Um, so that's a good segue actually into starting an army, building up. One of the bits of news from Games Workshop, because that was the next bit we were going to cover, was just then talk about like updates we've seen so far. And actually, it's been pretty quiet for this week because obviously they had the big update. There's not been too much going on. But the one bit of news that did drop was that now you can track combat patrol games in the app.
Mm.
So combat patrols already existed in there. You can like your army lists, but they've added it as a mode in the war journal now. So you can look at it and go, right, if I want to play combat patrol, I can track it in the war journal. And so I suppose the that led me to the question. Then me and Glenn were discussing it. I haven't had a re-look at it for this edition, but would that be a way to start in terms of looking at your looking at the Orc Combat Patrol and painting that up first, and then having a couple of games of that?
It's not a bad idea, is it?
Because I would
Good start, isn't
imagine
it?
you're going to have. I think I'm looking at the list now. I think you would have everything based on the Armageddon box. So you've got like a War Boss, the Weird Boy, the War Track. The War Track was in the box, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two squads of boys, and then a squad of Gretchen.
This is the Ard mob, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Ard
this is
mob.
all. This is exactly it out of the box. So
So so in theory, you could paint that, and then I think I've already got, let's see, Blood Claws, Terminators, Wolfguard Battle Leader, Wolven. I've got the Space Wolves Combat Patrol, definitely painted by the looks of it.
yeah.
And if I look at the Thousand Suns one, that's the one that I'm not sure about because it's a bit wonky. I have got most of it. I've got the models, I just haven't got it all painted yet.
Oh, okay.
So in theory, if that that's what I was thinking is that maybe that's a quick way of getting to actually playing some of the orcs in year of painting them properly, as it
Yeah.
were.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I could definitely do the Necrons as well. So there you go. We could, if you can get to your combat patrol, you can start. We could start playing them.
I can definitely get stuff built. Absolutely. Yeah, we could do that.
No, maybe that's a way of going then. So that was a way of segueing into that news that you can now track it on the app. So I thought, let's maybe a couple of games of Combat Patrol might be the first step.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just having a look at the rules. It's pretty decent, isn't it? Still,
Yeah, they're
oh,
they're it's a bit quicker as well because you're just using the one DP. It's what I think purge for the
yeah.
orcs, but yeah, and obviously it's been ages since we're Combat Patrol. I think you even play it on half-size maps as well, don't you? You don't have the
Yeah,
full
sure.
table.
It's not 2K, is it?
No.
Probably not even 1,000 points, but yeah, no, it's definitely a good way to start.
Well, like we all know from when we all first started, because that is if you go back what is it probably longer than 3 years now,
Mm.
4 or 5 years when we all first started doing it. That's what we all did. We did the 500 point games first.
Yeah,
Um, round at Tommy's, funnily enough.
yeah, five, and it was just no missions, just kill stuff.
Yeah. That was when I played your AdMech, Glenn, and you just basically shot 500 points of Space Wolves off the board.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that was when we were playing on Tom's massive
Coffee.
Tea
slab of
leaves.
wood that then turned into the herbaceous battlefield.
Oh,
Very
doesn't
good.
feel like that long ago, does it? But
No,
obviously, it
but
feels like
it was a while ago. That
mm,
was everyone's first 500 points, and you know how we've gone from there. Um, anyway, so that was that bit of news. Then the other bit I was going to segue into was more about the codexes and more rumors that people are dropping or think are dropping. So we've obviously got the Orc one confirmed, and confirmed change to the army rules and the WAR and all of that stuff. No confirmation yet on the Space Marines Codex, but the expectation is it will be if the Orc one's first, and that's going to be sometime August, maybe early September. Space Marines will be October time potentially, and they're basing it based on I think it's the Combat Patrol updates that are out there. That potentially Oath of Moment might be gone, That army rule is going to disappear. It's actually going to be more gladius based for your vanilla Marines. So more about movement and getting people into combat. Because obviously Oath of Moment never used to exist. It's only been the last, what, 2 editions
Yeah.
that you've had Oath of Moment. Before then, it used to be the combat doctrines, and then so combat doctrines was your vanilla stuff, and then your chapter level would be an additional rule on top of it.
Yeah.
Which I kind of liked. So I'm excited to see what they might come up with for what that looks like. But that's not confirmed yet. And then alongside that is the much more nailed on view of the what's it called? Flamers. So flamers aren't going to be randomized anymore. So no longer, no longer a D6.
Yeah.
Now it's a 3 shots and blast.
I'll tell you what, get rid of Oath, change the flavors. My Death Shroud, loving it. Because you're not all shooting at me all the time, and we're going to be a little bit more reliable.
Here's the thing that also has come out of that because GW have obviously they've confirmed it, should I say, and they've been saying it from the beginning anyway, is that they're not gonna just because, like, for example, it's come out with the Orc one that the Orc flamers are now free and blast, but they're not gonna make sweeping changes to every flame weapon.
Yeah.
So if you're like let's say the Death Shroud, for example, let's say Death Guard are the last codex, you're still going to have your random number of shots for your flame weapon up until the point where they update your codex, whereas everyone else will be on the set number of shots and blast.
In all fairness, with the amount of updates they do, it wouldn't take too much to change a weapon profile on an FAQ or an errata.
It wouldn't, but they've said they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the bit that's where it's interesting, is that because I agree, I would have thought it'd be easier to just be like, let's change it for all of them, and FAQ, errata, digital rules, like away we go. Apparently, they're not going to do that.
They might do a few codexes and see how powerful it is. Whether they either actually we'll revert back to the old way, or no, we'll all do it now. But yeah, if it is codex by codex,
yeah,
I hope I'm first.
Well, that's it. And I was thinking the same thing for the Thousand Suns. I was like, I could do with those flamers being as reliable as they can be. But then it doesn't matter for this year because, as I said, I've had my fingers burnt, as it were. It's all Year of the Wolf anyway, so I'm not running flamers.
You've been duly punished.
Yeah, that's it. Fine, whatever. No, I'll look forward to whatever the new Oath of Moment is, because that should come with the Space Marines Codex anyway. But I thought it was interesting because that is also apparently applies to character keywords. So we know how, like, we talk about the Death Guard a lot, in the fact that all of your characters, that when we looked at it and we're like, oh, they're going to be support characters.
Yep.
You're going to have to run the Tallyman in a squad of Marines, of course. And then it wasn't. Apparently that will only get fixed when you get the Codex.
Okay. I'll go last. Keep your flame.
Yeah.
I'll go last. I don't need it.
Yeah. But then I suppose, I don't know, how many more points is running? If you had a Tallyman, I suppose 5 Marines is quite costly, isn't it? And then suddenly you got to make the call.
I think with my list as it is at the moment, I could drop the enhancement the Tallyman's got and drop a Chaos Spawn, and that's 5 Marines.
Right.
So it's not too. It's not game ending. It's not too bad. And to be fair, it keeps the Tallyman safe for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Because for some reason people like to drop in and try and take him out. He don't do anything to you guys.
He's your CP farm.
Yeah, I know.
That's why we've got to take him
harmless.
out. No, he's not. Jesus, the stratagems that you've got.
Yeah.
He's definitely not.
How am I supposed to blow Morty up if you're killing my Tallyman?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. And everyone knows as well, like, if you kill the Tallyman, you just win. That's it.
Win, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, apparently that I thought that was quite an interesting viewpoint from GW that they were going to be like, yeah, you'll only get those changes when we get round to the codexes. I thought that was a strange approach, given that everything is digital and whatnot. But I think it comes. Someone was or watched somewhere that they think it's related to how they're going to handle the subscriptions. So like we get a code when you buy the codex, you get a code.
Yeah.
Effectively, that code is your subscription to your army, and therefore that's how you get access to all of the updates.
Right.
So if you don't have like if you codex through other means, or you don't use the app, for example, like so you still get the codex, but you don't actually use the app, you use other tools, whatever it is, you won't necessarily be able to get those. They're trying to drive you into the app, as it were.
Okay.
To do everything, which makes sense from a business point of view. But I could understand why people might be a little bit hesitant about it, perhaps.
But if they could fix the fucking thing, that'd be nice. Because at the minute, this imbalance in scoring is really irritating.
Oh, well, where it keeps saying like you're not up to date with your.
Because
although
it feels like an unnecessary change that hasn't really worked unless you're in a place with perfect internet.
Yes, I mean I think it is annoying to see it, and I tend to be like I I think after our games I just started ignoring it. Like it was like that's fine as long as at the end of each turn I'd be like, this is the point. Yeah, that's what I've got. Fine, it doesn't matter what the app says.
Yeah.
I did notice the tournament. It was infinitely harder. I don't know why it felt harder. It was much harder to play against someone that wasn't using the app and trying to score.
Yeah.
So people that were still using the whatever the Battle Tactics app, whatever it is, I can't remember the name.
Tabletop Tactics.
Tabletop, yeah.
Oh, Battle. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Cause really good app, like still a very good app, but like it's just interesting how much you get used to in the 40k app now, seeing your opponent's army and stuff like that. Like that's really useful, and also it's very good at telling you what the strategies are like, or what your secondary objectives are in the app, so you can keep referring to it. Whereas it doesn't do it in the other apps. And I didn't fit. I thought, oh, it'll be fine. There'll be a mix of people playing it one way or another. Actually, it was noticeable when you were playing against someone that wasn't using the app to be like, okay, this is actually a bit more. Not as smooth as it is when you're both using the app.
Yeah, I think I played one game at the club with someone who didn't use the app at all. He just was like, "No, you score it."
That's fine.
And I was like, "Okay, fine." And I had it on the tablet there, so we was both looking at it. But it was like every time because of it's a new habit now of when like, you're saying, "I'll have a little look." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." Like, it makes sense. And I was like, "Okay, fine." And then at the tournament, the one game I played, two of the games we did the app properly. One of the games we were setting up, and I was like, "Oh, cool. Have you got a code?" And he went, "No, I've already gone past that point." And I was like, "Are you using the app though?" "Yeah." "Well, we could have a look at each other's armies." "No, I've gone past it." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go." I don't know what's happening here.
Thanks for that.
It is weird, isn't it? Like how quickly you become dependent on something new that they give you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like this. But it is good. But you always got people as well, like you saying, won't use GW stuff just because it's GW.
Yeah, there was one guy. Played again, and he was very much that, like didn't want to give him more money than he had to, as it were. So it was like, okay, that's fine. I support your choices.
I've never understood that mindset. You're playing a GW game with GW models, GW rules, but yet you hate GW.
Yes.
Go play something else, man.
How dare you take my money for my addiction?
Yeah.
There's loads of get into Trench Crusade. There's like there's loads of stuff you could do.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Each to their own.
Yeah.
But it is as I said, I did think like, oh, this is interesting because I'm really not used to. Or I said not used to it. Suddenly, I'm now fully into the ecosystem, and I'm like, there's nothing I can do.
So dependent. I need the rules.
It did, and it was weird because like I probably never really look at them apart from maybe the one odd occasion. But as soon as they weren't there, I was then like, where are they? Like, this is weird.
I need to know what
Um,
your intercessors do.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tell
No,
me.
they do everything. They've got all of the keywords. Like, heavy, assault, double shot, whatever. Like,
They can fly.
yeah, yeah. They've got They were good from that point of view. Um, yeah. So then, otherwise, I was going to say, so that's the app. Talked about that a bit. Otherwise, there's not. We were saying there's not been much since the update in terms of big Games Workshop news. There's been, a few Black Library bits and pieces. That's fine.
I mean, they
Um,
did relaunch Necromunda.
that's true. Well, I'm talking 40K. I was just looking at 40K
Yeah,
news. But if we go to the
yes, it's
broader,
40K adjacent technically.
it is, and yes, they did relaunch Necromunda. What edition is this? Because I can never
I,
keep up
I
with them.
don't actually know. It's about fifth, sixth, maybe.
Yeah, and they've said because they said something about classic characters are getting Necromunda rules. I've got no idea what the classic characters are. So I had the first edition of Necromunda, like, and I've still got that sitting
Yeah.
like in the cupboard with a load of unpainted gangs, original plastic Goliaths and things like that. I don't have the whippy red sticks anymore, but I had
Oh, the sticks.
whip.
Yeah, I must admit, I was really surprised. I didn't really know it was happening. Then it was just sort of, oh, the starter set.
Yeah,
Damn, that's dropped out of nowhere. Or am I just massively detached from anything that's not 40K?
yeah. I mean, I mean that could be it. And I know like it's it's a game that obviously people are still playing and still getting like like still into because as I said it's still really popular and I suppose it's because it's although when I remember playing it like it still takes nearly as long as a game of 40K anyway so
Bloody
it's
did.
like it was still a long game.
I think it was the RPG customizable, rolling
Yeah,
to find what random crap you found after the battle, and someone would inevitably find a one in a million last cannon. And I was like, oh, yeah.
yeah, it was good fun but yeah it's a game too far for me now. It's even like not Combat Patrol, Kill Team. Um, although the one thing I do like about Kill Team is obviously you can buy Kill Teams and use them in 40K.
Yeah.
So I may or may not have bought the Wolf Scouts Kill Team the other day. I was like, I don't need them. Like, no idea why. I was just like, yeah, they look really cool.
Well, how
That
much with that set do you get? Like, is it just the models, or have you got like the game rules and stuff?
Don't know because I bought because for ages the standard Space Marine Scouts were out of stock in terms of the box set. The only way you could get them is if you bought the Scout Kill Team,
Yeah.
which was 10 Scouts. And you don't get like you do get like a little pamphlet in it, but it is just the kill team. So all you do get is a load of the like markers that come it with it for kill team. But actually, it transpires that a lot of those markers are also now really good for 40K because they're just like little like icon chips. So you can be like, okay, I'm going to put this red exclamation mark on them to show they're battle shocked. So it's
Okay.
like it is quite useful in that regard. But that's how I got my original scout squad was by buying the scouts for kill team, and then I saw the wolf scouts, and I was like, oh, because when they first came out, I think it's still the case now. So the wolf scouts are more expensive than normal standard vanilla Space Marine scouts, but they have got the same rules, so they've still got infiltrate and they've still got scouts. I don't. I'd have to double check. I don't think they've got uppy downy, but they do have more models in the squad, and they've got a psyker in the squad, and they've got a wolf in the squad, and they've got a haywire mine in the squad. And it's like
Um,
they are a pretty cool unit. So I get why they cost more. And I was like, well, we'll buy them anyway, and then I'll eventually get around to painting them up. It's part of the modernization of the Space Wolves. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Like, but they're in the box for now. I'm just trying. I'm gonna have a look to see how much they are actually.
See, I
Because I
quite
now
like the kill team boxes because they a lot of the time they give GW the excuse to do something a little bit weird, a little bit different. Hence, like
yeah
the Exodite box and
Yeah.
things like that. You
yeah.
know, something that's not in your standard codex, and all of a sudden you get like this random kill team box. And, oh, that's a bit cool.
So the Death Guard kill team is just the Plague Marine Hero series that came out way back in ninth edition when we started this.
So
So
you've got
all
all
those
of
people
them
that have paid 100 quid for that plague caster that couldn't be got anywhere is now 38 quid with 5 other models.
in the kill team. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. That's it.
Oh, so I've got a kill team. I've got 2 kill teams sat here ready to go.
There you go. There you go. But
So I'm
yeah,
sorting
no.
out the rules.
Um, yeah, it's a weird. It is a really weird unit because it's yeah one pack leader, 4 scouts, and a hunting wolf. But the 4 marines are what do they have? One of them's psychic, so he's got a psychic attack. One of them's got a plasma gun. Yeah, oh, the psychic attack's called Thunderclap as well. So it's like a like it's a very strange thing. And then they've also got like a haywire bomb, which means what do they do? War gear options. There's something you can do with the bomb that oh haywire mine, that's it. You can select one enemy within 3 and roll a d6. On the 2 up, it's d3 mortal wounds, but if it's a vehicle, it's 2d3. So effectively, it's like clamping a bomb to the side of a tank, and it does the damage.
Do you
But
get a lot of vehicles in kill team?
well, no,
Notoriously a
that's
small squad based.
that
Oh, is
that's
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 in
their
40K.
40k. Yeah, that's their
Right.
40k
Okay.
rules. So that's why I bought them because I was like, oh, I can use them as a 40k squad.
Right.
So that's why I like kill team. So I buy, as I said, I've now had bought 2 kill team box sets, but
Hmm.
only ever to use them for 40k. Same as there's lots of the Eldar players now who are buying the Exodites, but they're not going to be using them in kill team. They're just buying them because they want Dino Riders, which is, fair enough.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like elves on dinosaurs is cool. So yeah, get them on the table. But yes, Necromunda. So that one's out and running. Yeah, Black Library stuff. If we're in 40k, obviously I don't know if either of you are playing Space Marine 2 anymore, but there was a big update for that on the PlayStation or Xbox, depending on your choice of game.
No, my PlayStation has been stolen by one of the children, so I haven't
Kids
played
kids have got it now.
PlayStation for ages, sadly.
Yeah, I'd say that. I think next week there's a load of stuff coming out for the Old World and Blood Bowl, I want to say. But again, I've not picked any of that up. I did,
Right.
yeah. Some of the Old World models are pretty good. Oh, Morgan Forg's coming out. That's the big ogre in Blood Bowl. He was very cool. Oh, and the Rat Ogre. They are very cool. They are very cool models. Um, and Bjorn the Fell-Handed is coming out. He's got another book. So there
Oh,
we go.
nice.
Is he is
Okay.
he gonna get a new model? Don't know.
Probably. How old is that
Well,
one?
the the one he's currently got is not. I mean, it is old, but it's not
Not
that
that
old. It's
old.
still
To be
venerable.
fair,
Like,
I thought if they were going to do it, they probably would have done it with all the new Wolfie stuff you had quite recently, wouldn't they?
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But again, you gotta like we don't know what's going to happen with Marines generally because again, there a lot of people depending on they'll be talking about now that they've got to this point. Are they going to retire or put all of Firstborn into Legends because they've now got a lot of equivalent, like new scaled units to go into it? The only exceptions are like things like the Rhino and the Land Raider because they're still Firstborn. Are they going to get new models for those this edition, or are they just going to keep them and keep running? And therefore that would you'd fit that with the dreadnoughts as well. Because although you've got rules for a lot of venerable dreadnoughts, I think it's only really what's it called? Some of the Divergent chapters that are still running the old chassis in any kind of meaningful way. No one runs the box noughts if you're running like Ultramarines or a vanilla chapter. It's all Redemptors and Ballistas now.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. Don't know whether Murderfang and Bjorn, whether they'll get a glow up or whether they'll get. I can't see them retiring Bjorn, but Murderfang might go to Legends.
Right. Well, just hope you don't get killed in this new book then.
Well, that's it.
I mean, a sign, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
When you read that last page 1 week before the tournament, and Bjorn's dead. Like, oh, by the way,
Gone.
here's an update.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
And I wouldn't be able to launch the model because my one's the old one made of lead.
You really hurt someone.
Oh, you could launch the model and just do some serious damage with it.
Absolutely.
You'd have to drive up to Nottingham and launch it at the factory.
Yeah, no, that'd be very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
Because I was watching a battle report and it like completely forgot about it, but it was back in one of the early editions that if you ran Bjorn and the enemy killed him, he became an objective for the Space Force specifically in that game because you had to recover the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
So you'd get victory points if you then managed to get Bjorn back.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but they in 8th edition they used to have the lone wolf rule as well. So if you killed a unit but left like the character alive or whatever, or the one model alive, they became a character and were a lone wolf model because that's how Bjorn came about before he became a dreadnought. Was he was a lone wolf. So if you got killed if your unit got killed but you didn't, you then used to fight on your own as a lone wolf.
I used to love the lone wolf rules.
Yeah, they were incredible. Yeah. Like they were really good
they
fun.
Take this absolute nut job of a single model and just throw him at something. And if he didn't die by the end of the battle, you lost victory points. He was off looking for his glorious death. That was fantastic rules. I loved them.
He didn't want to be on his own. Like it's no fun being a lone wolf. You want to die with your squad.
Yeah, no honor in it, is there?
Yeah, but that was it. They used to have all of those very flavorful rules. But
let's bring something like that back. That's cool.
Quite hard to balance. I think that was the issue.
yeah, I guess so.
Good for a narrative game. Maybe not so much for match play. But on narrative, our next game we're gonna give the old Dominats deck a roll.
Yeah, we are.
I was having a look at it the other day, and I was like, okay, this might take some time.
I did think of saying like this is we were joking saying that 11th edition is admin hammer.
Oh, it is really admin hammer.
This is like just pure admin getting started, but it's still like 2K, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still 2,000 points and stuff like that. Like again, I think we could run the admin ourselves, unless you want to rope in one of the kids to be the games master for us.
I mean, I feel like Charlie would be up for it until we started playing, and then he would disappear.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's it. Maybe just call him out for the beginning and call him out for the end.
I think we might be on our own, sadly.
Yeah,
I could offer him some more money, but I think the editing is as much as we're getting off of him.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But yeah, no, I did look at it and I was like, I'm sure once we get into it, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And it will work fine from a narrative point of view. And I think it'd be worth giving it a go, right? Just to see what happens.
I mean, we've got the cards. It'd be silly just to let them sit there for 3 years and not do anything.
Yeah, I mean, it seems it's even though it is very admin heavy, it still seems easier than the Crusade stuff.
Yeah.
Which I know there's lots of people that play Crusade and are not necessarily pleased about where it is in 11th edition right now, and whether it's coming back. But I think we'll give this deck a go and see what happens, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask you as well, like, what kind of list are you going to take? Are you just going to take what you've been running and just swap it onto that, or are you just going to make something a bit more fluffy?
I think I'll probably. I don't know. I'll have to have a look because that was the other thing that popped into my head. That was like, there's another thing we should do as well, which I'd completely forgotten about until I heard someone talking about it, which is the Highlander lists.
Right.
So have you heard about these before?
No.
So it's the current rule. Well, the current data sheet rule is that you can run up to 3 of a data sheet or 6 if it's battle line.
Right.
So the Highlander rule is there can only be one.
Okay.
So you build your list the same way. You still have your army construction the same way, but the rule is you can only have one of each data sheet.
Okay.
So the idea is that then it allows you to run like all of your army, like everything you've got,
Yeah.
and get all of the variety out there and try different units and stuff like that, knowing that your opponent is also doing the same.
Yeah.
So like if I'm like, yeah, I'm going to run everything, I'm not going to get squished by 3 blobs of Death Shroud that are like tuned up to deal with whatever I've got.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
That's the idea behind it.
yeah. I'll be up for that. Maybe. Have you got enough to do it for the campaign?
I don't. Do you know what? I love building a list, so I could definitely have a list build and see what I could get together. But I definitely think I could. I've got enough to run it. So
Yeah,
give it a
I
go.
think that'd be a good way to play the campaign.
Okay, so we'll go. Well, there we go. You're hearing it live. So we're going to go for the Dominators campaign with Highlander lists.
Yes.
All right.
And we'll
Done.
never speak of it again.
Yeah. We'll report back after one game and we're like, no, didn't work. Not doing that again. Never playing a campaign again.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be fun, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. But yeah, I think I've got just about enough variety of units to build that list. So we'll
Cool.
give it a look. If I have to paint anything else, though, I'm not doing it. Oh dear. Right. Anyway, I think that was everything I had on my list to go through. Unless anyone else has got anything else they wanna talk about.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Finished.
In which case, I think obviously we can leave it there. Everyone join us next week, where we'll have another update. Hopefully, depending on what games have and haven't happened between now and then, and what updates haven't happened from GW. But otherwise, thank you for joining us and good night.
See you later.
Bye.